Alright, Star Wars. The new Star Wars movie had the biggest box office opening ever, and it obliterated opening weekend records. The hype was so real, even me, a person who knows nothing about Star Wars, couldn't help but get interested. I put off watching Star Wars series for the longest time, and I had to watch the previous ones before I watched the new one. And finally, I watched the Star Wars series for the first time like 5 days ago. I know, how could I? I don't really know, to be honest. My family was never into those kinds of movies, and I always told myself to watch the series, but I ended up putting it off until now. First of all, thank God that I get the references now. I've seen so many Star Wars references everywhere. As I was watching the movies, like every few minutes, I went like, oh, that's what they were referring to. Now I get it. I watched A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, but I'm not sure I'm gonna watch The Phantom Menace and movies that come after that. I heard pretty bad things about it, and I experienced some serious hate on the character named Jar Jar Binks, so I don't know if I want to touch that shit. Anyways, the first trilogy was so fucking fun. A New Hope was very exciting and hilarious at the same time. It's an old movie, so the graphic was kind of derpy, but I bet it was really good at the time. That lightsaber fight though, oh boy. The whole situation was kinda sad. There was no epic music, and Obi-Wan kept flapping around his lightsaber, but his strikes were so sloppy, you know? It just made me laugh. It was really good. But mostly what really cracked me up was not the graphic nor the action scenes, but the portrayal of emotions in the movie. All characters had a serious lack of feelings. Like when Luke's uncle and aunt, the people who raised him, I believe, died, Luke was like, meh, I better get going. Like, what the fuck? I mean, they didn't just die, they died in a very horrific way. Of course, Luke got sick of farming and wanted to get out of there, but still, no emotion, no tear, no nothing. And also, when Alderaan got destroyed by the Death Star, Princess Leia was like... Later, she kinda explains that there's no time for mourning, but that's far from enough. It's not just several people, it's not even one city, it's a planet. And it was her home, for God's sake. Anyways, that kind of thing really cracked me up, and it was really fun overall. Return of the Jedi was the best in my opinion, not just because it was the perfect finale of the legendary trilogy, but also because it had more feels. I love the scene where Vader returns to the good side again, and I enjoyed the conversation between Vader and Luke. It had deep human feels to it. And there are so many epic characters, and I really like Yoda, Darth Vader, Lando, Boba Fett, but R2-D2 and you know those teddy bear people in Return of the Jedi are my absolute favorites. R2-D2, I liked him the second I saw him. He's fucking adorable, and he's the ultimate support in the series. He deserved a medal too, alright? And those teddy bear people, they're basically just civilians, but they kick ass against the Imperial soldiers. They give everything they've got. I just love them. And most importantly, I like the message that Star Wars is telling us. The whole story is one big war between the light and the dark side of the Force. And anger, fear, aggression, and hate will lead you to the dark side. It will seduce you, and it will blind you, and you can be misled to the wrong direction like Vader was.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
This is an important warning, especially in this crazy time, because these days it's so easy for us to get exposed to fear, anger, and hate. This series was a great reminder in that way. Donald Trump. I know I have a problem, okay? I'm a Donald Trump addict, and I admit it. But come on, everything about him is so hilarious. And he gives people endless conversation topics. I can't say no to that. I need my daily dose of Donald. Anyways, Donald Trump and Putin, I think they got some chemistry going on between them. Back and forth, give and take, they're just all over each other right now. Putin made the first move, praising Donald Trump, saying Donald Trump is an absolute leader of the presidential race, and then Donald Trump came to Putin's rescue, defending Putin against long-standing accusations that his regime has carried out murders of journalists who oppose him. It's never been proven that he's killed anybody, so you know you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. At least in our country, he has not been proven that he's killed reporters. Donald Trump said in Putin's defense, I don't know the whole truth behind the accusation that Putin killed journalists, but what I know is that Donald Trump is not wrong in this statement. One is considered innocent unless proven guilty. That's the presumption of innocence. But then, I just don't understand why he doesn't apply that principle to everyone equally. I love animals. I've loved animals since I was really young. So I'm gonna finish this video with some goofy animal photos. This is the first year of this strange but awesome competition, and you can appreciate beautiful photos like